Hi, welcome to Clean Eating for Energy and Weight Loss. My name is Allison Castle. I am a certified international health coach and graduate of the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I'm so glad you're here joining me. I work mainly with busy women who are struggling with low energy and weight gain. As a mother and wife, I understand how easy it is to get lost in the roles we play for other people and how our health can become the last priority. I help women carve out time to recharge and to provide tools for them to eat healthier and create lifestyles that lead to weight loss, feeling confident in their bodies, and having energy to enjoy life. Today, we're going to talk about clean eating. What is clean eating? It is a lifestyle and not a diet. This is not a temporary quick fix. It's about progress and not perfection. You will not have clean eating perfection 100% of the time, and that is just fine. This is about quality and not calories, and it's about reducing toxins. So we'd rather look at the number of chemicals and not calories, and we want to eat higher quality calories. This is about nutrient-dense food. It's focused on real whole foods, so foods that are as close to their natural state as possible. And clean eating is the polar opposite of the standard American diet. We're looking at the opposite of processed meats, sugars, and refined grains because these things have been positively correlated with obesity, heart disease, and cancer. Now, why is clean eating important? It's important because you really are what you eat. Food is information for your genes, and the function of our body is to survive and adapt in our environment. So the food we eat is part of that environment. And the food we eat literally tells our cells which genes to turn on and off. Nutrients provide fuel for our cells, structure and function, and food can be powerful preventative and healing medicine. Some of the benefits of clean eating are weight loss and weight management, increased energy, glowing skin, improved sleep, improved digestion and elimination, clear mind, craving for healthy foods, decreased joint and muscle pain, decrease in chronic inflammation, and improved immune system and overall health. This sounds fantastic, doesn't it? So, how do you eat clean? That is what I'm going to share with you in this presentation. I'm going to give you 10 guidelines for eating clean. I know it can be a bit overwhelming, especially if this is a huge shift from the way you're currently eating. These steps can be done in any order, and they can be implemented at your own pace. So just implementing one or two to start with and building your way up, that's excellent. Baby steps are fine. So let's get started. Guideline 1 is focus on whole foods. The whole foods are as close to nature as possible, and they don't have ingredients, but a whole food is the ingredient. There hasn't been anything added or removed. And these foods are mostly found around the perimeter of your grocery store. Guideline 2, eat lots of plants. Plants contain phytonutrients, which have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. They provide for optimal cellular function and communication. They result in healthier tissue and organs, more efficient detoxification, DNA repair, and a strong immune system. There are over 10,000 known phytonutrients, and it's estimated that there may be tens of thousands more that we don't even know about yet. And their function in plants is to protect the plant from bugs and germs, fungi, and other threats. So in that same way, they can protect our bodies as well. And if you eat a wide variety of colors of vegetables and fruits, this helps you reap all the protective benefits that the plants provide. It's also great to eat a wide variety of leafy greens. Kale, spinach, collard greens, chard are just a few examples. They're a great source of a lot of different vitamins and minerals. Fiber is another great thing that you'll get from plants. Eating whole fruit instead of just juice helps you maintain the fiber in its intact state. Fiber can help improve blood cholesterol and stabilize blood sugar, aid in elimination and weight loss, and also help you maintain your healthy weight. Greens are another plant that we can eat, and it's best, as we've talked about, to eat closest to nature. So if you eat a complete whole grain, that's the best option. Some examples which are amazing, they're ancient greens. You don't always hear of them, but there's some great varieties. Teff, kamut, spelt, farro, brown rice, steel-cut oats, or grain-like seeds such as millet, amaranth, buckwheat, and quinoa are all great options. Helps you have some variety. But the key point when eating greens, again, is minimal processing. That's the optimal. Guideline 3, when you're eating animal products, eat from well-raised animals. Now, you are not only what you eat, but you are what you eat eats. So unfortunately, many current livestock animals are fed a very unnatural diet. Corn and soy can cause digestive issues for cows. Pesticides from the corn and soy can build up in animal tissues and get passed on to us as the consumer. Hogs may be fed contaminated waste, and this can pass salmonella and other pathogens, leading to foodborne illnesses. Chickens may have been fed additives that break down to become inorganic arsenic. Arsenic can cause cancer, respiratory irritation, endocrine, and cognitive deficiencies. So when you're looking for an animal, ask yourself, what would this animal eat if it lived in the wild? And that would be the optimal animal to buy. Most cases, this would be a pasture-raised animal. You want to look for animals that are raised without growth hormones and antibiotics. These can also be passed on in the tissue of animals. Antibiotics have been linked to the development of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Hormones have been linked to increased risk of breast, prostate, and colon cancer. Sanitation can be an issue in confinement situations. This can lead to foodborne illnesses, water contamination, and air pollution. So like I said before, pasture raised is most likely your best option. Eatwild.com and localharvest.org are great sources to find locally raised animal products, so then you can know the farmer, know the environment that your animal was raised in. That leads to a healthier animal, leads to a healthier product for you. This goes for all animal products, meat, dairy, eggs, etc. Guideline 4, eat healthy fats. So not all fats are to be feared, as we kind of did back in the 90s. I think it's still kind of carried through today. Healthy fats are necessary for energy, brain and nerve health, healthy cell membranes, proper vitamin absorption, hormone production, protecting vital organs, healthier skin, and temperature regulation. Healthy fats help you stay full longer. Some healthy fats to try are raw nuts, natural nut butters, raw seeds, flax seeds, olives, avocados. Love all of those. There are also some great unrefined extra virgin oils, olive oil, coconut oil, sesame, hemp seed, avocado, just to name a few. Grass-fed butter is great. Ghee or clarified butter is also excellent. Wild-caught fatty fish are great too. The best suggestion I can give you on that is to avoid the larger fish because they tend to have the higher levels of mercury. And wild caught is important in that case too. Farmed fish can have some contamination and health issues because they're in confinement type of situations. Green vegetables also contain a small amount of healthy fat, so that's another good source. Guideline 5, whenever possible, eat organic. Organic produce has been shown to be higher in nutrients due to how the soil is cared for and the amount of time the plant is allowed to reach maturity. It's a good way to avoid chemical pesticides and herbicides, which can be neurotoxins, damage nerve cells and brain cells. Some of the pesticides were originally developed as toxic nerve agents during World War I, so probably not the best idea to have in our bodies. There's concern about cancer and hormone disruption with some of the chemical pesticides and herbicides as well. Organic is a good way to avoid genetically modified organisms. Some question on the safety of those may contribute to organ damage, gastrointestinal disorder, immune system disorder, infertility, food allergies, Hormones as well. It's good to avoid hormones and antibiotics. When you eat organic, that's a good way to do that. Hormones could potentially cause an early onset of puberty, tumor growth, increased cancer risk. Antibiotics, we worry about superbugs being created. Antibiotics can also destroy your good gut bacteria, which is a really imperative to good health. The Environmental Working Group has a great resource called the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen, and that will help you prioritize which organic food you would like to buy for you and your family. Shows the safest and the most contaminated produce, and unfortunately, a lot of times organic food is more expensive, and so this can help you prioritize your budget on your food spending. Guideline number 6, whenever possible, eat locally and in season. This not only supports local farmers and the local economy, but the food is fresher and it tastes better as well. Part of this is due to the less distance that the food has to travel. There's less time for the nutrients to degrade. There's fewer chemicals needed for preservation during travel, and the food can be harvested at the peak instead of early to allow for the travel time. Seasonal eating also results in higher nutrient value. It's shown that some crops have 3 times more nutrients when grown in the proper season. They also taste much better because they are grown when they're supposed to be grown. It's typically more cost-effective to eat locally in season, and it's a great way to have a variety of produce in your diet since things will only be available at certain times of the year. Farmers markets are a great place to find this produce. Community-supported agriculture is another great way to find this locally raised produce. Localharvest.gov is a great resource, as I mentioned before. Eatwellguide.org is a cool resource because it can help you eat locally even while you're traveling. Guideline 7, grow, raise, and cook your own food. This is a very empowering guideline. It helps ensure that you know exactly what you're eating. You have all the control. You get the freshest food possible. You can save a lot of money this way, and it's really a great way to get out in nature, get some vitamin D from the sun, get some exercise. It's very stress relieving for a lot of people to do the gardening. And it's a great skill to pass down to future generations. The cooking, the growing, the raising, excellent. That's things our future generation needs. Guideline 8, drink filtered tap water. Hydration is important for proper body function. We can lower the risk for kidney stones and constipation. It helps detoxify the body. Filtered tap water is cheaper than bottled water. And tap water is more stringently regulated than bottled water. Most bottled water is really just glorified tap water, if you weren't aware of that. And plastic bottles can unfortunately leach harmful chemicals into your body and the environment. So it's definitely a safer, cheaper, great option just to do filtered tap water. So guideline 9, this goes back to our progress, not perfection. You will not always avoid sweets and eat just fruits, vegetables, clean meats, and healthy fats. So when we're looking at eating sweets, it's great. They can be enjoyed occasionally, and even better, we can pick a little bit healthier option for our sweeteners. So some options are coconut palm sugar, local raw honey, 100% maple syrup, blackstrap molasses, dates, monk fruit, and whole leaf stevia. With the exception of the stevia, which is not processed by the body, the sweeteners, these other options contain some vitamins, minerals, enzymes, antioxidants, and fiber. And they have a lower glycemic index than table sugar. So they have there's less of a blood sugar spike that occurs when eating these sweeteners. Guideline 10, also a very important guideline. Again, progress over perfection. You're not going to be eating, most likely, a completely whole foods diet. So when you do get some packaged foods from the grocery store, it's really important to read the labels. One kind of crazy statistic is that the average American spends 90% of their food budget on processed food. So again, very important to know what's in those foods. The first recommendation I'm going to give you is do not be swayed by the health claims advertised on the front of the package. They do not tell the whole story. First thing I would look at when looking at the nutrition label is to look at the ingredient list. You also want to be aware of how many servings is contained per package. Can be deceiving and we can overeat. And also look at the sugar content. It's recommended that the maximum intake is between 20 and 40 grams per day. The average American consumes 130 pounds of sugar per year, or 161.5 grams per day. So we need to work on that a little bit as a society. I want to delve into a little bit more on the ingredient list. So some really good questions to ask yourself when you're looking at the ingredient list is, do I recognize all the ingredients? Can I pronounce all the ingredients? And could I reproduce this product in my own kitchen? If the answer is no to any of those questions, you may want to consider putting that product back on the shelf and looking for a better option, which there usually are better options for these products. A shorter ingredient list is typically a better option. Some ingredients to watch for and avoid are high fructose corn syrup, hydrogenated oils, which are trans fats, artificial sweeteners, additives and preservatives, colorings and dyes, natural and artificial flavors, and MSG. There are a lot more I could add to this, but these are the kind of the big ones that you'll see a lot. One thing about trans fats, there can be trans fats in a product and it be advertised as zero trans fats as long as there's less than 0.5 grams of trans fats per serving. So that one can be a little tricky, so that's why the ingredient list is really important. Interesting fact about artificial sweeteners is that in a study, rats offered a choice of cocaine or artificial sweeteners, always pick the artificial sweetener, even if the rats had been previously programmed to be cocaine addicts. Kind of crazy. A lot of these additives and preservatives have another kind of scary fact about this. These additives and preservatives, a good chunk of them have not been tested independently. The companies that make and sell these food additives and preservatives are the ones that get to test and determine if they're safe for use. Since it's not independent testing, that's concerning. And it's also concerning that they don't take into account that cocktail effect or the cumulative exposure to multiple additives and preservatives and what that does to our bodies. So these ingredients are linked to many health concerns: diabetes, obesity, heart disease, cancer, brain toxicity, Alzheimer's, ADD, hyperactivity, headaches, fatigue, stroke, depression. Unfortunately, I could go on and on with the health concerns as well. And again, there's a lot more I could add to the list as far as additives and preservatives and different ingredients that could be concerning. So when looking at packaged foods, if you go back to the 3 questions from the previous slide, that's probably going to be the best thing to look at, because I know it'll be hard to remember all these different things that are added to your foods. So do you recognize all the ingredients? Can you pronounce all the ingredients? And could you reproduce this product in your own kitchen? And that will hopefully lead you to a cleaner option. Okay, to recap the 10 guidelines: focus on whole foods, eat lots of plants. When eating animal products, eat products from well-raised animals. Eat healthy fats. When possible, eat organic. When possible, eat locally and in season. Grow, raise, and cook your own food. Drink filtered tap water. Enjoy limited amounts of minimally processed sweeteners. And read your nutrition labels. So in summary, clean eating aids in so many great things for your health: weight loss, increased energy, improved overall health, brain function, reduced inflammation, improves your immune system, your sleep, your digestion, your elimination, so many great things. And just implementing a few of these guidelines will provide great benefits in the way you look and feel. One thing to remember, clean eating is progress and not perfection. And you have to have patience. You need to give the changes some time to work. Your body will adjust and really benefit from these guidelines. Also, it's always important to celebrate the progress you're making. So how does this relate clean eating and health coaching? So I offer one-on-one and group health coaching programs that can assist you in implementing these guidelines, as well as many other areas designed to help you meet your health goals. My programs are 6 or 12 sessions long and provide guidance, accountability, and resources. We'd implement 1 or 2 healthy changes to help create sustainable habits for you to reach your health goals, and also to help you not feel overwhelmed and making such drastic changes all at once. If this is something that'd be interesting for you, if you'd like to learn more about health coaching, I do offer a free strategy session, and you can see if health coaching would be beneficial for you. If you go to my website, it's www.castlehealthcoach.com, and fill out the contact form. I would be happy to schedule an appointment with you. And to wrap this all up, I'd really like to thank you for attending this workshop, and I hope you learned a lot about clean eating. And I wish you a wonderful day and good health.